Hey, you too. Welcome back to my channel. This is Nathan Daley. I'm your law enforcement translator, here to give you guys insight on all things law enforcement. I'm a 13-year law enforcement officer, you guys. I'm here to provide some knowledge, some wisdom in this profession. A lot of unanswered questions. There's a lot of things people want to know. They're curious about. What are we talking about today? For those who are familiar with the incident that happened not too long ago, involving a Houston County deputy out here in Georgia. And listen, you guys know Georgia's been in the spotlight for a while. We've had a big case here with the McMichaels in reference to the killing of Ahmaud Arbery. Well, doesn't stop there, right? A Georgia deputy by the name of Paul Urhahn. Yeah, Paul Urhahn. He made a statement on Facebook. This never fails. These guys do it all the time. He made a statement on Facebook. He posted about Ahmaud Arbery, about the McMichaels when they got convicted, when they got sentenced to life, right, without parole. I guess he was a little salty. He didn't like it. He felt like it was the wrong thing. It was the wrong conviction. So what did he do? He made a post on Facebook. What did he say? He stated, criminal Arbery still got the death penalty though. Man, you guys, that's deep. The criminal Arbery still got the death penalty though. When you think about that, you really just kind of put in context what he's saying. It's kind of like, ha, you guys think you won, but Arbery died anyways. Oh, Arbery got the death penalty too. I tell you guys all the time about this profession. You have some people who sneak in, that are immature, that are childish. And it's disgraceful. I always tell people, what's the difference about these officers, these deputies, these sheriff's deputies? Not much. It's not the uniform, it's the person. How do we get better people in these uniforms? Now, the problem with that statement that he made is there's a lot of people who agree with him that do wear the uniform. And not only that, I'll have to also say this, you guys, and I know it's not popular to say, but I'm going to just be honest with you. Just because he made that statement doesn't mean he's a racist. I work with some of these guys. I talk to them. I've been around people who are racist. There's a difference. And, I have some coworkers that I've worked with who posted a lot of things that I don't agree with. Can't control people's thoughts. Can't control people's hearts. A lot of people are like, but if you think like this and feel like this, why are you doing this job? I agree. Not everybody has that mind and heart of a servant, you guys. It's unfortunate. But they're out here. What is he really saying? What an immature thing to do. But a lot of times what I notice in this country is people like to hide behind the First Amendment. This is what he's saying. He's like, listen, it's freedom of speech. I can say what I want, even if it's ignorant. In this country, we have some beautiful rights in this country. We take them for granted. And we have a lot of entitled people in this country, and we take it for granted. We don't appreciate. Right? We abuse our First Amendment right all the time. This entitlement. The fact that he thought, in all of his wisdom and education and experience as an officer, and also the things that go on in this country, he thought that was something okay to say. And he said, listen, I'm on my private time. Is he right though? He's not working. He's at home minding his own business, and he decided he wanted to post something about his personal feelings about Ahmaud Arbery and that entire case. He said a lot with that one sentence. He said, the criminal Arbery still got the death penalty. Whew. Oh my God. How wicked of a heart you have to make a statement like that. You know, some people truly believe in their heart of hearts that Arbery brought this on himself. These are grown adults who saw, heard the same things we heard. If you watched and followed the trial, there are some people who believe, listen, you guys, we could take color out of it. We could take color out of it. We could take the whole skin color out of this. Listen, what they did, you cannot do. Right? It's against the law to do. To fix your mouth, to fix your mind, to push through your heart and make a statement like that. And then knowing you can post it on Facebook and feel comfortable doing it. This is the same thing that's going to hit the McMichaels in federal court. What have you guys been posting on Facebook? Why did you feel like it was such a safe, comfortable place for you to do it? We're going to talk about it in this video. How did he get fired for saying something off duty about a case on his personal time? How did he get fired, you guys? Where's his First Amendment right? The freedom of speech. Listen, I tell people all the time, yeah, you have the freedom of speech. It doesn't mean it doesn't come with consequences. Walk in a federal building and say you want to set something off. Freedom of speech. Of course, you say what you want. There's consequences, though. What an imbecile, right? Here's the problem. Again, there's other officers who feel exactly like he feels. I know some of them. I've worked with some of them. They're part of my Facebook page, too. I see the things they post. I hear how they feel about certain things. And they're not all white, you guys. There's a sprinkle of this and a sprinkle of that. That's the beauty of ignorance. It's blind. Ignorance is blind. It's the whole point of the word ignorance. Just don't know. You know, and so I've seen officers make some statements over the years, extremely insensitive. Would you say it's racist? No. I've seen some things. I know a racist, you guys. I've interacted with them. I'll tell you a story about a racist that I came in contact with on the job. What have I noticed about some of my coworkers, whether white, black, majority white? I'm gonna be honest. Why am I being honest, you guys? This channel is about giving insight. I'm gonna keep it real. No need to lie to you, right? No need to try to hide the obvious. Let's keep it real because we can't solve problems lying or being disingenuous. What have I noticed? I have some coworkers that are white. The ones I know never thought they were racist, but they were very racially insensitive. Very racially insensitive. What do I mean by that? They don't care. They just don't care. No empathy. Right? The question is, can you be a servant to the people and not care about them? Yeah, you can be an excellent crime fighter. You can do this, do that. But when it's time to love the people, are you giving them love? Are you showing them love? What does that look like? As an officer, if you're serving someone that you don't connect with, that you don't see value in, can you really serve them properly? What have I seen, you guys? I've seen officers that are racially insensitive. They don't care. You know, you hey, officer, instead of taking me to jail, can you just do this? No, you're going to jail. But sir, I'm just trying to sell these CDs. Yeah, but according to code section 3576, Georgia annotated, sir, but I'm just doing it to feed my family. I'm not out here hurt nobody, committing a crime. So you are committing a crime. You're in violation of code section annotated Georgia code, blah, blah, blah. I've seen it happen. What happens when I show up and I see an officer trying to put handcuffs on the gentleman of the melanated variety, trying to sell CDs in front of a store? I say, hey, hold on, Officer Smith, chill out, bro. Chill out. What do you do? Well, you know, it's against the law to come out here and sell CDs. And I'm like, somebody call you? Nah, I was driving through and I saw him. You saw him what? You know, he was standing outside. He was loitering. Okay. Calm down. Okay, what else? Well, I walked up to him and asked him if he had ID. I ran him around. Okay. He said he was selling CDs, right? I wanted to make sure he wasn't selling stolen stuff. Is he selling anything stolen? No, but I just, okay, relax. Smith, relax. No one called you. No. Okay. He wasn't harming nobody, bothering nobody. Nah, I just drove up, saw him. He was trying to sell CD. Okay. He said he's loitering. Yeah, he's loitering. You know, they're not supposed to be high. Okay. Relax. All right. Talk to the businesses and ask them if they have an issue with him being out here. Did you talk to them? You guys, listen, I'm working in the black community. There's white officers that are working with me. And it's not all of them, right? Let's not get it twisted. This is not all officers that are white. But I'm speaking to an incident as an example. I want to give you guys an example. So what do I say? Did you talk to the business owners? How do they feel about him being? Go talk to them. Let's just go talk to them. Hey, y'all have an issue with this man? Nah, I know him. That's Keith. You know, he here, he do this, he sell this little thing, blah, blah, blah. We support him. He's selling DVDs. This is back when DVDs were out, you guys. Listen, I started policing in 2008. You know, we're selling CDs and movies and DVDs. These guys are out here. The business owners are like, you got the barbershop, chicken wing spot, dry cleaners, right? It's a little plaza, gas station, right here, all connected. Did you talk to them? Nah, we know that cat. That's Keith. He good people. Nah, he come out here, whoop-de-whoop, we talking, whoop-de-whoop, come out here and sell the CD, Lord. Okay, cool. Might sell some cigarettes or something. Right? Not bothering nobody. The business owners say, no, we know him. He's good people. I say, yo, Smith, fall back. I'll take it from here. I got it. Fall back. Go write some tickets up the street or something. Right? Disconnected from the people you're serving. That's what happens, you guys. This is the problem. People say we need more black officers in the community, but yet nobody wants to sign up and do the job. Listen, you guys, what do they call me when I work? I have my own people call me a sellout for serving them. Right? An Uncle Tom for serving them. Uncle Tom was the hero, right? It's more like Sambo goes to tell you that we don't even know what we're talking about, even when we're throwing insults at other people. What else is the issue? So these are real things. These are real situations. Making small things into big things for no reason. So what do I mean when I say they don't care? You know, I've heard them have discussions with black people, and it's just, hey, rent's due. I can't afford this. I can't afford this ticket. Blah, blah. 4 tickets, officer. 4 tickets. I show up. Why? I'm the backup officer. 4 tickets, officer. You gonna hit me? I just lost my job. Rent is due this week. Officer, I can't afford. You give me 1, okay, cool. Before, sir, I hear what you're saying. I need you to press hard all 5 copies, please. This is the problem, you guys. Who's right? Who's wrong? You have an officer who's just enforcing the law without compassion, enforcing the law, and they don't really care about your circumstances. Does that make him a racist because he's white or because she's white? Because you don't care about a person's circumstances, I mean, you just lack compassion. Some people say, well, but if it was a white person, they would do something different. No, not all the time, you guys. I've seen them. There's some people who just don't care. We have people in this profession that they just don't care, you guys. And I'm not saying that's not true. Listen, I've given some courtesies to black people, a lot, and white people. I mean, I've done it. You know, I've done it. And I've taken black people to jail when white people didn't want to take them to jail. You know, it goes both ways. You know, there's a discretion that officers have. And, you know, I understand when people watch this video, I understand what the pushback's going to be. Oh, Officer Daley, you're just trying to defend officers. No, I'm telling you what I know. How many officers do you know? Ask them. Ask them. I'm not saying that, again, you guys, common sense. Obviously, there's racist white people out here that are in the profession. There's all kind of people who shouldn't be doing the job in the job. Okay, we know that. That goes without saying. Right? You know, we're talking about a deputy now who knows better, but felt entitled. And what did he lean on? His First Amendment right. What did he say? And what did the chief say? I'm going to read to you what the police chief said from the deputy. I'm saying the chief, the sheriff. What did he say? Sheriff Cullen said the deputy's comments violated several policies regarding the integrity of an officer's conduct and obligation to maintain respect within the community. Listen, you guys, when you sign up to do this job, there's a lot of paperwork that you sign. There's a lot of stuff that you sign. And even when you are working, they still give you stuff to sign. It's called policy. You could be working there for 5 years and say, hey, Officer Daley, here you go. Some new policy just came out. If you want to stay here and work, you need to sign this. If you want to keep your job, you need to sign this. What does it say? Policy says you will refrain from saying anything that reflects poorly on our department. That goes for social media. Listen, when you're doing this profession, you're in this profession 24 hours, you guys. It's not the type of job where you get up at 5 o'clock, you just go home and pretend you're not a cop anymore. You pretend you're not a deputy anymore. It doesn't work like that. When you work for the people, it's all day until you quit. That's why I'm just not doing this channel. I've always had a lot to say, you guys. Can't say it. If you want that check, you keep your mouth shut. Right? If you want to get paid, you sign the policy. He signed the policy. He knows the policy. There's no First Amendment violation. And here, listen, he made that statement on Facebook. Your First Amendment rights are protected on private platforms. Why? Because you wave all that stuff away, you guys. That's the whole thing about it being private. These are private companies. They're not. There's no expectation of First Amendment protection on that. So this is what the sheriff said. Obligation to, this is very, look how wide this is. Obligation to maintain respect within the community. You've lost the respect by making that statement. It falls right in line with what the sheriff is saying. Page 5, 4A. What does the policy say? An officer must at all times, on and off duty, conduct him or herself in a manner which does not bring discredit to the department or the county. They said the county. You guys, we are sworn in. We're state officials, right? We're sworn in. You can't just say what you want to say, right? You work for the people. You work for the people. It's a 24-hour job. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. You'd be punished for the way you sleep in this profession. That's another story for another day. So one thing about this job I always kept in the back of my mind. You are always a cop. Even now, you guys, to this day, if I do something wrong, the first thing they're going to say is, This was a former police officer. You guys, I don't get the luxury of being a citizen. Correction, civilian, right? I don't get the same luxuries you guys get. If I'm employed with law enforcement department, I get caught doing something. First thing they say, this was an officer of the law. You can't shake that title, you guys. Sticks with you. Sticks with you. What does it say? Page 5, 4B. Conduct unbecoming of an officer shall include that conduct. 2, which has a tendency to destroy public respect for employees and the confidence in the department. That's exactly what he did. He completely violated their policy. The question now is this protected under the First Amendment? Is his speech protected on the First Amendment? Well, listen, he waived it. He signed the policy. They have a right to fire him. He violated his own policy. He knows better. Right? Sheriff Talon gave Urhahn 10 days to resign or face termination. He should just terminated him. Why didn't he terminate him, you guys? So he can get a job somewhere else. This is what people don't like. This is what people don't like. Right? He didn't fire him. He let him resign. This is why officers need to be insured. Because now here's the problem. If you're insured as an officer, you're insured, you need insurance to keep your license. Say you do something, you violate somebody's rights or whatever, blah, 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 you get sued. The insurance company's like, hold on now. You cost us $2 million with that foolishness you did last year. Man, we dropping you, bro. We dropping you. Right? Then he gets fired or he quits. He's like, all right, fine, I'm going to Florida. Right? I'm going to Kansas. I'm going somewhere else. They're like, all right, we'll hire you. But can you get insurance? Only if you can get insured. He hit up these companies. They're like, nah, bro, we can't even mess with you. Cost this company $2 million. You're a liability. You guys, problem solved. Problem solved. You know. But one thing I want to read, I'm going to pull this up. It's his resignation letter to the sheriff, dated on January 16th, 2022. What did it say? The sheriff received it on January 18th. He said, Dear Sheriff Talon, or Talton, he said, I want you to know I have appreciated the opportunity to serve as a deputy sheriff for the Houston County for the past 20 years, a position I've held with honor, integrity, and dedication. 20 years, you guys. You mean to tell me he's worked there for 20 years and he didn't exercise enough common sense to know that what he said, someone's going to take offense to? Entitlement. However, as you are aware, during my off-duty time, while exercising my constitutional right to free speech, he's going to try to sue the department. He's going to try to sue the department. What does he say? A very unfortunate series of events occurred, and the manner in which they were handled is something I cannot support. AKA, with all due respect, you're going to hear from my attorney. After deep consideration, he says, I cannot continue as a member of this team and organization. To continue to do so would be against who I am and what I believe in. You guys, this is the problem. Because a lot of people agree with him. Even if they don't agree with what he said, they agree that his First Amendment right should protect him for saying that. We don't even appreciate these constitutions that govern us, right? We don't appreciate it. Effective 19th of January 2022, I formally resigned as a deputy with the Houston County Sheriff's Office. Sincerely, yours truly, forever, forevermore. What does the First Amendment say? Listen, you guys, this has been a thing that's going on for a while, you guys. Right? You have people who go on Facebook, they're in their private groups and they say something that's real salacious. They say something that's real racist. They say things that are questionable. And it gets back to their job, right? They're in the service business, right? They serve the community. They're teachers, they're lawyers, they're doctors, they're police officers, they're deputies. It gets back, it gets out. Listen, you guys, if you go to some of these Facebook pages with officers, we have the worst humor. It's funny. But for people who are sensitive, they can't handle it. I always say police officers are the best comedians, you guys. And you guys, if you're sensitive, listen, if people were in the back lot of my department after the end of the shift and heard half of the jokes we told, the entire department would be wiped out. That's how bad the jokes are, you guys. Our humor is dark, sometimes morbid, crossing all lines. Police humor, I don't know. We're going to talk about the First Amendment. Free speech, right? You know, there's plenty of cases, there's plenty of case law that highlights this very thing. You know, social media is this new thing. And they're trying to understand, hey, what do we do? How do we look at this? How do we examine this? Especially for people who are working in the public. They work for the public. They work for the people. How do we address this? It's a very sensitive, they're still kind of figure it out. But they have some case law on it. What do they say? Let's look at this case law. I'm going to talk about the Pickering versus the Board of Education. When you had a professional, a teacher, who said some things that was inappropriate, right? According to the job, man, like, hey, we don't like what you're saying because it reflects poorly on us, and they terminated the teacher, right? What did they find out in this case? What did they realize? They said we need to come up with something to really look at this. You know, something was said on social media. How do we address it? They came up with what they call the balancing test, you guys. What does it say? And the Pickering decision outlined a balancing test in which the interests of the employer are weighed against the public employee's free speech. The interests of the job over the interests of the employee, right? This is the balancing test. Basically, who's more important, right? Words matter. Is it when you're working for them, does your speech impact them? Does it matter to them? This is the balancing test. What does it say? Public employees' speech receive constitutional protection as long as the employee is speaking as a citizen about matters of the public, matters of public concern. One would add, was the deputy's speech matters of the public? Should the public be concerned about that? Or was this a personal grievance? Because what they're saying is, listen, if it's a matter of public concern, what does that mean? Hey, look, if you're a whistleblower, you're out here causing, hey, the public needs to hear this. I'm an employee, but the people need to hear this. How do the courts define it? How do they define it? How do you define public concern? They said public concern as speech relating to any matter of political, social, or other concerns to the community. If the people need to hear it, it needs to be about them and not about you. What did he say? What did the deputy say? He said the criminal Arbery already received the death penalty. Now, is that public concern? Or is that a personal grievance? Is this about the public or is this about me? Is this about the public or is this about me? Is this personal How are the people benefiting from a comment, from a statement like that? Let's look at another case. As again, you guys, it's about free speech. When is it protected? When you're working and serving the people. When is it protected? Garcetti versus Ceballos, 2006. 2006. The court held that speech that is based on the public employee's professional responsibilities does not receive First Amendment protection. Right? The government, as the employer, has the right to control the public employee's speech as it relates to public service. What does that mean? You work for the government. They tell you what you can and cannot say. Look it up. I'm going to put these things in the reference section, you guys. When I make videos like this, I put these things in the reference section so you can do your own research. Because, see, people are going to come at me and say, this is my First Amendment right. Listen, you guys, you signed the paper, right? You signed it. You signed it. Shut your mouth. Can you put this uniform on and be impartial? I don't know. What do I tell people in this job? What have I noticed? Listen, officers filter this job. They filter the law through their personality, through their character, through their ego. That's how it works, you guys. Everything matters. If you want to know what type of officer you're dealing with, find out who their parents were. Find out where they were raised. Find out what they believe in. What are their morals? What are their values? What are their political views? Judge officers as individuals, you guys. We are all individuals. We are all different. We are all, listen, all police officers are not created equal. This is the reality. This is the reality. We're different people working for the same organization. Let that sink in. And officers filter the law through their personalities. What does it say? Only when a public employee's speech involves a matter of public concern and not a private grievance will courts acknowledge First Amendment protection. Listen, everything that came out of his mouth, this was all personal, you guys. This is a personal thing. There is no protection for his First Amendment rights. He's done, you guys. He's done. Bring your attorney. Follow the rules of the department. That's what the policy is there for. You're in violation. You're fired. You're a clown for that statement. I should send this video to Charlemagne. Let him do Donkey of the Day. Listen, this is the problem people don't like, because now people are saying, hey, how could this person work here and serve the community and his views are this way? A deputy without enough common sense to know that the statement was inappropriate. What an imbecile. Is his speech protected, you guys? Is it protected? Is it protected? How do you feel about what he said? How do you feel about that statement? What do you think about his resignation letter? He quit. What do you think? Can you be impartial? Can you make a statement like that and still serve the people? This is the question. Can you still serve the people and maintain that type of ideology? You have officers who believe that Ahmaud Arbery death was justified. And these are officers of the law, you guys. What do you think? Listen, you guys, I've had to check officers before, you know? I've had to. White and black, on statements and comments that they make that are inappropriate. That if you are a servant of the people, you don't think like that. You don't speak like that. And you don't address people in that way. I've had to do it. Listen, I've had to do it. I'm not the only one. Officers check officers all the time, you guys. Listen, don't get it twisted. We're not all the same. We wear the same uniform, but we don't think the same. We don't come from the same places. We are all different people. You have to judge us as individuals. These incidents are isolated, you guys. Examine them individually. Who is the person behind that uniform? It matters. It matters, you guys. You know, these things piss me off. Because, see, there's a way to filter these people out. And again, here's the problem. You have people who've been doing this job for so long with that ideology. Right? Well, what do you think? Does First Amendment protect these officers from being able to make statements like that? Yes, there's officers I care about that I actually really like who make some very, very inappropriate comments and post them. Racially insensitive. They don't care about your circumstances. They don't care about what happened 400 years ago. They don't care about what boat you came on. Nobody cares, right? There's this thing with some people, there's just a lack of empathy. A lack. Oh, well, I'm struggling right now. Well, guess what? I struggled too, and I made it work. This is the mindset of some officers. Hey, I'm late. I couldn't pay for my insurance for my tag, sir. I couldn't pay. I couldn't get my license thing. My license suspended. I couldn't pay. Guess what? I had to pay. I watched the officer tell somebody, listen, if I can afford it, if I have to do it, you have to do it too. There's no excuse. Listen, I get it, you guys. People lie. Criminals lie. I get it. Right? Trust me. I've been finessed on the streets. They've got me. I'm a little bit sensitive. I'm a little bit more sensitive. I'm a little bit more empathetic than some other officers, you guys. I've been finessed. I've been got. Listening to these stories. We got some citizens out here who can tell you a good story. And it'd be a complete lie. So I get it. That's another reason why a lot of officers aren't empathetic either, right? Get tired of getting played. Try to do somebody a favor. All right, I'll look out for you then. Right? So there's reasons for it too. There's reasons for it. I'm just giving you insight. But I understand why people are upset. I understand why people are frustrated. I get it. But I want to make a distinction. There's a difference between a racist and a person who's racially insensitive. They don't care about your circumstances. And a lot of them don't even care about your skin color. There's no gray line with a lot of them. It's black and white. You either did the crime or you didn't. Shut up and sign the ticket. Be quiet and put yourself in these handcuffs. Nobody cares about who's at home that you got to go pick up. Oh, I'm speeding. I'm doing 130 miles an hour. I got to get to the hospital because my auntie is there, my grandmother. You're going to jail, sir. You're going to jail. I've seen it happen, you guys. I've seen it happen. They don't care. How do you serve the people and you don't care? Sometimes you do this job too long, you get a little callous. People will play you in this profession, you guys. I get it. And when you start getting like that, it might be time for you to recycle yourself out. Right? Do something a little different in the department. Sometimes this job can wear you out, you guys. You don't see it. You get tired of being nice. If you don't, you never had to deal with the public, I'm telling you, it's different. It's different. I get it. I see both sides. I see both sides, you guys. I see it. What am I saying, though? We got to do better. We gotta do better. Listen, if you don't like the police, listen, where are we getting the police from? We're getting it from society. Police are a reflection of society. We're not just some benevolent group of people who just fell out the sky, you guys. We're a reflection of the society. Think about that. Reflect on that. Reflect on that. Reflection of the people given power that they didn't earn. Given power they can't handle. Who taught us how to handle the power that was given to us? Nobody. Some officers aren't strong enough to handle the power they were given. I said it before in a previous stream. What did I say about respect? It's the only profession where respect is given to you and it's never earned. What would it look like if officers had to earn the respect of the people they were serving? What would that look like? Right? You get respect points. Citizens can see your respect points, right? We're going into the metaverse anyways. Might as well talk about it. Show up, we got an officer. He got 30 points out of 100. You'd be like, officer, you've been doing this job 15 years. That's all you earn? Hey, we don't want this officer around. What would it look like? Citizens get to vote after the service that they received on the officer. That dictated your pay raise. Dictated your promotion. Listen, you guys, you tie dollar sign to behavior, you'll see a correction. You'll see a correction. Listen, the problem is simple, with an easy solution. Do you want to implement it though? You attach a dollar sign to behavior. Watch it self-correct. Watch it self-correct. Anyways, you guys, listen. Let me know your thoughts. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And listen, with that, let these truths find you where the lies have left you guys. Good night and God bless.